Here's the one everyone wants to know. How to throw the hot, stinky cheese. Raise your hand if you know the answer to that question.
Use your body.
It's a good answer. It's a good answer.
Hips.
Yep, good answer.
Legs.
Anybody else?
Core.
Core, yep. All right. We're going to talk about an analogy right now. I want to build the best race car I can. Raise your hand if you think I've got the frame, the wheels, and the engine. I've got an elite race car. Okay, as you can see, and I had to Google a lot of these because my automotive background and knowledge is limited. But, I mean, I got the first handful or so. So you got to have a frame, obviously, an engine, your tires, your doors, all this stuff. It's all very, very important, right? There's a ton of things. Now, when we talk to pitchers, some parents, some players, some people in and outside of the game think I need to be in lessons to be the best. Is that right or wrong? I'm gonna say incomplete. Some people think I need to go get a movement assessment. I'd say that's incomplete. Some people think that I need to do some other things. I need to go work out. Raise your hand if you do any type of workout or exercise. Good. So some people think that's the answer. I'd say it's incomplete. So what does a pitcher need? So velocity, health, and command are determined by the following. And this is from a conference I went to in 2016 in Nashville. I've been to it 4 times now. I just went last weekend again. And this guy that was presenting, Eric Cressy, has presented every year. So he went over all these things that all contribute to velocity, your arm health, or your body health, and command. So if you could be healthy, throw really hard and throw strikes, that'd be ideal, right? Okay. If you could do everything in your power, wouldn't you want to know what those things are? Okay, here they are. So systemic factors to take into consideration or think about. Laxity, that is just a fancy word for are you too mobile? You're going to find out today. Vitamin levels, do you have any vitamin deficiencies or anything like that where you're low in vitamins? I'm not going to tell you that today, but that can have an issue. Are you sick? That makes sense. If you're sick, you're probably not going to perform very well. Are you fatigued from a workout? You need to adjust your workouts. Are you not hydrated? Did you just travel for 6 hours to somewhere and then get out of the car and go expect to play at your peak level? Did you sleep well? Are you on a medication? There is actually an acne medication that was talked about in this presentation that has an effect on your body's output and things that you can do. So something to consider. There's other medications that can be just draining or make you drowsy. Ever taken a medication that's made you sleepy? Okay, probably not a good idea to take that before you go play. But something that people don't think about. Hey, I just didn't have it today. I didn't feel right. I wasn't throwing as hard. My curveball wasn't working. It wasn't because, hey, focus and take a deep breath. It might have been because of the medication you just took and you've been sick for a week. So it's things to think about. Your mechanics, that is something that is an issue with velocity. You can improve your mechanics to get more velocity. Usage, if you throw too much, that can be an issue. Tissue extensibility, we kind of talked about that a little bit with some injuries, but how much can your tissues withstand or not withstand? Tissues meaning your muscles, basically. Strength, stability, and motor control. So strength, that's just your workout kind of stuff. Stability is going to be specific to the joint. So if I take my shoulder joint and say that it's stable, that means that all the muscles around it are really strong and I have control through this full range of motion. That's stability. As opposed to I can just do like 30 pounds of these right here. That's good shoulder strength, but I might not be stable. And then motor control, that can be similar to movement. So we talk about DJ with this, if that's just a movement pattern, or there's another one we're gonna do with your hips. If you guys don't have that motor control, just kind of that body awareness of how to do a certain movement, that can be an issue. And you guys will learn about that today. Your alignment, which is spelled alignment or alignment. There's supposed to be a G and an N in there, but alignment. So raise your hand if you've ever heard of a chiropractor. Raise your hand if you know what a chiropractor does. Okay, perfect. So a chiropractor makes adjustments typically on your spine and some other areas That's kind of what they're known for. But if you're like this and your spine's out of alignment, which could be a lot of different reasons, and they can correct some of the things like that, that can help you get more velocity. Structural pathology, we've kind of gone, that's just a fancy way of saying the anatomy in your body and the way it all works, kind of the stuff we've talked about, isn't ideal, but that can have an issue or cause lack of or more velocity. And then environmental factors. Raise your hand if on a hot day your arm feels good. Raise your hand on a cold day if your arm feels good. Okay, and that's fine. And that might be for some guys. So there are environmental factors. When we go to Florida, back in high school and college, everyone just like, oh, my arm feels great. So that's your environment factors. Mound quality. Most mounds are really good, right? No. If there's a mound issue, that can affect your velocity. Type of baseball, seam height. I mean, if it's waterlogged, all that. So there are more of the things than just lessons.